How do you courtesy?
Curtsy?
Yeah.
That's how you say it?
What is
Curtsy.
Curtsy. So me and this cameraman were like, right, we need this interview with G. We're like live on TV, we need it. So we decide to peg it, run, and I wore white jeans. Error. Pauline went on to win the whole Tour de France Femmes.
I also heard she had a phone call from the French president.
I'm going to say, I think the women's racing is better than the men's. Shh. Shemai Emma.
Shemai Manon.
And welcome back to the Watts Occurring Femmes podcast, brought to you by Rouvy, hosted by Pinarello.
Welcome back. This is episode 3 now.
It is. I mean,
exciting.
having such fun. But can we just address the new microphones? I've had an upgrade.
We have had an upgrade.
And also, should I say, Shemai Emma MBE?
Yay! Yeah, I got my MBE. It was surreal. Like, I knew since January, so it came out in the honours in January.
Yeah.
That I was getting it, and yeah, we were kind of just waiting, and July 22nd is when I actually went to Windsor and got my MB, and it was honestly...
What does a day look like? What happens?
It's such a strange day. So you could only take 3 people, which was a bit...
That's why you didn't take me. Okay,
yeah, sorry.
fine.
Didn't have room. So
Next time.
My mum, my dad and Matty. So my appointment when I was meant to go was at like 3 p.m. So we stayed in Windsor the night before, went to the Ivy for lunch.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
I know.
Fancy.
Bit bougie.
Bougie.
It was lovely. It was just nice to spend time with my mum and dad. And Matty, I don't think Matty's ever been to Windsor because, yeah, he's just never been. So take him there. I don't remember the last time I went there, but it was a really nice day. And I got ready in the morning and my dress was... It was different.
It was unbelievably stunning.
Thanks.
I loved it so much.
I felt like a little princess, but it's something like... It's a once in a lifetime.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a one-time thing. So I was like, I'm just going to get something really nice. And yeah, it worked really well. And Matty got a little matching tie, which was so cute. And yes, we had lunch and then we drove up. I can't remember what it's called, but it's massive. I'll have to show you a picture after this massive like drive. I think it's called the Long Road.
I feel like I can picture it in my head.
Yeah, like
going
a
up,
massive like road, and then you have Windsor Castle.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was just surreal. Like even driving, like my car, Colin was just there driving.
I
up
thought
this
you'd be in
road.
like horse and cart going up there.
No, Colin, we were driving Colin. And then you get like it's obviously like so much security and things like that. And then we went in and it was a nice day. It wasn't like really hot. It wasn't raining. So we walked around Windsor Castle and then went into the actual place. You're not allowed to take like phones or anything. So
Oh, you're not?
Yeah, it's quite like a discreet, obviously for like, safety reasons. But so we walked in and we got shown like into this room and there was like 75 people there. There were so many people.
Are they all getting their
Yeah,
MBs?
MBs, knighthood, like it's all part of it. So we went into this room, I think it was like the Queen's room or something, I don't know what it's called. But, and we just kind of had to wait. Had to wait quite a while, but yeah, it's kind of part
Worth
of the
the wait.
process. Yeah,
Worth the wait.
wait. So we got to watch on this telly, like all the people get
So you
there.
go in there one by one sort of thing?
Mhm.
Wow. And
Yeah.
who gave you the...
Princess Anne. But it was crazy. So I kind of want to stand up, but I'm not going to do it. So crazy. So we got to like get like a talk of what to do. And I was like, what? Like in my head, I don't know what I thought we'd do.
You just walk up and get it, no?
No. You have to. They're like, right, you need to walk 4 steps. So you get like shown into this room and Matty, my mum and dad were over here. So now Anne's here. I'm here. So I have to walk 4 steps. You have to curtsy. And then you have to walk like 4 steps. And then like, we had a conversation. Like,
really?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
really
that's
cool.
lovely.
And obviously she'd been there all day. She'd done 75 people in the morning
Wow.
and like 75 people in the evening. It was crazy. But we had like a conversation and she clips the MV onto you.
Oh,
And
so cool.
yeah, she was just saying like how I'm pretty young to receive this award and she watched the racing. And then I was like, oh, do you ride bikes and stuff? I was like, oh,
She
have you
might
been
do.
to a velodrome? And it was a really nice conversation.
Yeah.
But in my head the whole time I was like thinking like walk back, curtsy. Because then afterwards you have to walk back.
What,
and, like,
actual backwards?
Yeah. And I was like, damn, okay. So you got to walk back like 3 steps, curtsy. And then that's when you can leave.
How do you courtesy?
Curtsy?
Yeah.
That's how you say it?
What is
Curtsy.
Curtsy.
I think it's like this. Sorry, listeners, you can't see this right now. It's like this.
Emma's curt.
Oh, wait.
So you just kind of put one foot back
Yeah,
and then...
I've never done it before.
So it's sort of like a one-legged squat or... mini squats.
Yeah, honestly, I was mind blown. I was practicing. Me and Matt were like practicing.
Do they show you how to do it, or?
Yeah, they were like, you either bow your head, like for the males, and then curtsy. But yeah, they showed us like once, and in my head I was like, right, that's what I got to do.
And then you like, that's all you can think about, and you're like,
yeah, because I was like, because I didn't want to like,
one opportunity at this, so
yeah,
don't mess it up.
I was my heart was racing, like I was so
like going
nervous.
to the start line of Worlds.
Yeah, no, genuinely, I was so nervous because I was like thinking about the curtsy, and then I was like, oh, I have to have a conversation, and then I had to remember and I was like, this is a lot, but it was good. Like it was an amazing day, and like it gave me goosebumps because it was literally a room, there's an orchestra playing, and my mum, my dad, and it was so personal.
So special.
And we got like those pictures afterwards, and yeah, it was just like a lovely day that's like, it's just like one of them days that you'll never have again, and it's it was really, really cool. So
I don't know, you might have it again if you get what's the next one? OBE.
But yeah, maybe.
You never know, Emma.
You never know. But yeah, that happened, and yeah, it was honestly lovely. But you've been here, there and everywhere as well. How was the tour?
Yeah, the tour was so good. I mean, I loved it so much. And obviously it was my first Tour de France, and grew up watching that race, and to actually be there, and especially like the last day, it was just like surreal watching them go on the Champs-Élysées. It was like the roar of the crowd. It was just like manic and crazy in every good way. But it was just so special, and I feel a little bit sad now, especially now the Tour de France and the Tour de France Femmes was over. But G did make me work hard because...
What do you mean?
We organised an interview with him after the race. And he was meant to go to TNT first, and then he was coming to S4C, and we were standing there waiting. And then Jay, our agent and G's agent, turned to me. He was like, oh, G's going back to the buses. He's not coming here. Bear in mind, it was like raining, and the buses were probably 3 kilometers away. They were far.
Oh my
So
God.
me and this cameraman were like, right, we need this interview with G. We're like live on TV, we need it. So we decide to peg it,
No, you
run.
ran. No, you didn't.
And I wore white jeans, and it was quite like humid. It was like,
oh my
pretty
gosh.
grim.
So you ran
to the buses, got there. I was literally like sweating, like pure like sweaty forehead. And then just had to do an interview with him.
Did you know what you had to go through to get there?
No, I didn't. He probably didn't care because he just finished his last Tour de France. But yeah, I worked for that interview. But apart from that, it was amazing.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah.
I think we should also have a little recap of the Tour de France Femmes.
Yes.
Because that was an incredible race.
Oh, honestly, like so much action, so much going on, like different leaders, like I think, that's the most time I think I've seen a leader change maybe in the Tour de Femmes. Like it was crazy, and I think I loved it. It was
so good. I feel like even from like the very first stage where we saw, I think it was Pauline leading out Marianne Vos, but then Pauline sort of ended up nearly winning the race because she was like off the front on her own. Like I think even like that very first stage had so much drama. It was incredible. And I feel like it was definitely the biggest and the best yet, which is even more exciting. And obviously Pauline went on to win the whole Tour de France Femmes, and first ever French winner, which is very cool.
I also heard she had a phone call from the French president.
Yeah, I saw that. She was doing like a post-stage interview, and then someone hands her the phone, and it's the French president. That's pretty cool.
That's like... Yeah, that's so crazy.
Yeah, I think he's a big cycling fan. I think he was at one of the stages of the men's tour, on one of the mountain finishes, and apparently when he comes to the finishes of the race, it's like impossible for anybody to leave because no one can leave until like he leaves, and obviously everybody wants to see him. So some people were stuck on this mountain for like 3 hours after the race was finished.
Oh my God.
But back to the women's race. Pauline, I think, rode an incredible race because I think it was on the Queen stage that she decided, right, this is my time to shine. And I feel like she did quite a similar attack to what Tadej did in the men's race when he attacked on the Ottogam and just kind of went and left everybody for dead.
Maybe she got some inspo.
Maybe she did, yeah. And I feel like everybody knew she's going to be strong, but I feel like to go solo on a climb like that kind of just...
Yeah, and she was always been there, always like I feel like in the tour it's about consistency.
Yeah.
And like that's a huge thing. Like, yes, you can have bad days, but they can't lose minutes.
No.
And she was always thereabouts. And then when she did that attack, that was like,
yeah,
she put minutes into everyone. And yeah, for her to be the first French winner is incredible. And how it unfolded, like having Kim in yellow so early on. And for her, I remember seeing like so many reels and seeing like, for her, it just seemed like, and for that team, like they are an upcoming team. And like, I don't think they've been in many, I don't know if they've been in all the Tour de Femmes, like editions, but that for her, I remember watching that and it was just really exciting to her seeing yellow, and then it changed, and then she got it back, didn't she?
Yeah,
I think she lost
and
it
just
and then got
the
it
way
back.
like they were celebrating it and seeing like how much it meant to them for that like team to wear yellow. I also loved the interview that Kim did. I think it was, I can't remember after what stage, but she just like mentioned in a passing comment that she was on her period on that day though, when she was wearing yellow. And for her to just like, drop that into an interview so casually, I think that's a really, really good thing for women's sport, because I mean, it's kind of like the elephant in the room and it needs to be spoken about. So I think, chapeau to her for just coming out with that.
Well, it happens all the time. And for her to have the confidence to speak about that, because women, we do get our periods at racing, at the biggest race at the Tour de France, and it didn't stop her.
No.
And it just goes to show like it doesn't stop you, and you can talk about it, and like she probably had things in place to try and like, and I think that's important to show, and just to say it in an interview I think is amazing, because I don't hear it many times, even now a day and age. And I think that's an amazing topic for her to just be like, this is the reality of where I'm at, and this is what's happening.
I think we need to see more of that as well. But I think like going back, I think when we were talking about when the race was kind of upcoming in the first episode that we did, and we were talking about like who we thought were going to win, we were like, like Demi and Cassie are going to be up there. Obviously they were up there, they were on the podium, but I did think it was going to be a little bit closer, and I really, really thought that Demi was maybe going to come out on top. But again, like Pauline hasn't been doing road for that long. This is like, maybe she's been doing it back a year now, and she's back with a bang.
Oh, definitely. It was, I do remember her saying that, and like GC and M was minutes. It wasn't even close, similar to the men's, I guess. Like that was,
I mean, the men's gaps were huge.
Yeah, that was pretty much. And I remember us talking about like Demi and watching her journey, and I think she just said, I remember her, I think she was just pretty like disappointed, and I don't know what actually like happened.
And she did have that, was it on the second day she had crashed?
Yeah.
I feel like she's not done well with crashes in the Tour de France Femmes.
No, and like what I said, like consistency, like you can't.
Yeah. And I feel like when you crash in a race like that, like you have to be like 110% every day.
Yeah.
When you have a crash, it takes a lot out of you, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it was, and then Pauline just came out on top, and I think it was like what you said, it was such an exciting addition to the tour, and
definitely.
I think for women's sport, like the audience is watching, and I remember seeing like so many comments being like, this is amazing, and that's kind of what you want. And to have that, there's been 4 different winners now, which is insane. Like sometimes you have a bit of a theme if someone's like won
in the men's racing.
Well, in the men's racing, but and I think into the next one.
And especially
we'll be here again, not knowing.
So much young talent as well coming through. Like we had like different stage winners, and like French. I think did the French have like 2? They won like quite a few stages, and it was just incredible to see. And I think it's in a pretty good place, and I can't wait to see where this takes us. I remember I saw an interview as well. Someone asked kind of the race organisers, where's this feature of the race? Are we going to go like up to 3 weeks? And they were like, whoa, like. We need to go slow and steady, and we want this race to last. And I think that is like true, like build it slow and steady, and it will succeed. And it's really exciting.
Yes, they could, because it was 9 stages, was it?
Yeah, 9 stages this year.
Yeah, so maybe we'll see a few more.
The men did 10 days this year and then had their first rest day. So I feel like the women are getting to the limit where they're going to need a rest day and then more. So it'll be exciting to see what they do next year.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch again.
We are delighted to be working with Rouvy on Watts Occurring Femmes, and we have a great offer for you. You can use promo code FEMMES, FEMMES, for an additional 30 days on top of the 7-day free trial.
This is applicable to new subscribers only.
Rouvy's on a mission to bring the indoors to the outdoors, connecting you with real routes from around the world to your home. And in the summer, you can utilise Rouvy to do specific training sessions or to hide from the heatwave.
Rouvy's new creator tool also allows riders to upload their favourite loops onto Rouvy. Everyone can easily convert their own video into a virtual route to ride at home. We've got some big plans with Rouvy over the next few months, so watch this space.
And remember to use the code FEMMES, FEMMES, for an extra month on us when you subscribe for the first time. Talking about the Tour de France Femme, I think it has obviously been one of the best things that's happened to women's cycling. It's brought so much light to cycling. But I think now it's probably a good time to speak about how we think women's cycling is in the best place it has ever been.
Oh, for sure. Like the media coverage, all the new races that's come off the Tour de Femmes, such as a female version of the Roubaix and like this year's new edition of Milan-San Remo. I think it's amazing for the sport, and it's given a path for women. Yes, it's a little bit off the men in terms of Tour de France was first, now it's Tour de France Femme, but I think having our own races and our own directions really, really important. It gives a different, like, we race differently to the boys.
Oh, so differently.
Differently, and we are different athletes and we do things differently, and I think having our own directions really, really important. You see the growth of that. You see more teams. You see so many things, and I think it's exciting. Yeah,
I'm going to say, I think the women's racing, because it's like shorter, it's a little bit more exciting. A
bit more punchy.
I think, there's more going on. I think the kind of, everybody's a little bit closer and like a little bit more competitive with each other. And I think it's better than the men's. Shh, but don't tell them that.
But yeah, like you saw the Tour, 4 different winners.
Yeah.
Like, how exciting is that?
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, that just sets it up. And I think now we have new teams in terms of Visma Bike. Is that how you say it?
Visma Lease Bike.
There we go. Visma Lease Bike. They've got a women's team now.
Yeah, so many teams now have men's teams have women's teams as well, which I think is so great, because before I think it was, well, you need so much money to run a successful women's team and to the amount of staff and pay the riders what they deserve. So to kind of use the men's team that already have that foundation and bring it over to the women's is huge. And like even now when you go to women's races, I remember like the very first edition of the Tour de France when I went, there were a lot of teams there that had these massive buses and all these staff. And there were some teams then that had like smaller camper vans, smaller budgets. But now you go there, everybody's got a massive bus and everybody's got all the equipment and all the staff that they need, which is really great to see. That I mean, the jump it's done just in the last 5 years is really good. And as you said, like having the Paris-Roubaix for women, the Milan-San Remo, but I also think like obviously they have all come off the back of men's. I also think we could pave our own way and like come up with the races that are maybe just for women as well. So like newer. Yeah. I wonder what you could do. Maybe some more in the UK. Yeah, I'd love cool to see more. Obviously, you got the Women's Tour Britain, which is great. Which is back. I think it disappeared for a bit, didn't it? And then it came back. But yeah, I'd love to see that race get bigger and better, because I mean, I think racing in the UK is like pretty hard.
Savage.
Like, the grippy roads.
Yeah, the terrain, the weather. Yeah. I feel like, I've heard when people come here, they're like, oh, it's going to be like, they prefer like a wet or cold. And I'm like, that's the UK. And yeah, it's character building though. Character building, you can say that again. I remember the Women's Tour Britain I did, it was probably one of the most savagest races I've done. It was just so hard. Like just, I don't know, you go to Mallorca and you ride on roads and they're like really nice and flat and smooth. Yeah. UK roads ain't like that. Do you think saying that obviously we have newer teams based off the back of the men's teams, do you think if they had come sooner, would you have maybe like stayed or like had a bit more of like a direction to be like, I want to be on, because you were with Drop. Yeah, as a track Drops. Yeah. Do you think that would be? That's a hard question. Yeah. Maybe if there were, I feel like, especially because I wasn't at like the very top level on the road. I was kind of like at the middle to bottom end. Don't sell yourself short. You were a good road rider. Yeah. Maybe, like if I got myself on, the likes of Little Trek or something like that, I probably would have stayed. But also I kind of felt like at that time I was ready I kind of got a little taste of something else and I kind of did want to go down that route. But it was a weird one because I wasn't actually ready to retire when I did. And I kind of did it half-hearted, like half expecting that things weren't going to work out and I was going to come back to racing. Okay. But I mean, here I am, never went back. So doing a podcast about bikes. Did you ever have a job when you were
cycling?
No, I didn't.
No,
No,
you didn't have to
no.
navigate that, because that's something that's really cool now. I feel like because women's sport is getting so much bigger, the prize money's like more equal.
Yeah.
The way they're getting paid is hopefully like getting better because they have their own sponsorships, because they have their own exposure. And I think something maybe looking back before, it might have been different, like to when you were with the team, like some people might have jobs.
Yeah, no, that
Like
was true.
people did, yeah.
Yeah. I think I was really lucky because I was funded by the track team as well, so I didn't
Yes.
have to rely solely on the kind of funding that I got from the road. But so many, I remember going to bike races and so many of my teammates or just women that were in the race, this was like their weekend thing, like their thing on the side. They had full-time jobs, they were training full-time, which is so hard.
I couldn't do it.
to do. Like, yeah, like, both know what it's like being a full-time athlete. It's hard. And I think there's probably so many women who, you know, like 8-10 years ago that were trying to do both, but they just couldn't survive because they just weren't paid enough. That maybe if things were different, like they might be racing full-time on a World Tour team right now. But it has come on so much more now. Like, I think obviously we've got a minimum wage on the World Tour for women, which is great. There's so many great things.
Yeah, and I think similar to track. So for us, we're paid the same as men.
Yeah,
which
I think
is cool.
We can take a lot from
we're leading
how
the way.
how the track do it.
Yeah,
because you have like exactly the same races as the men. So some of them are different distances.
Yes, but pretty much. But nowadays,
like, exactly the same. Like you turn up and race the same events, and so obviously like the pay structure works very differently on the track to what like a road team was paid for obvious reasons. But can you explain how track funding works?
Yeah, so for us, we are very, very fortunate. We are funded by the UK National Lottery, which, yeah, like you said, I couldn't do a full-time job doing this. I couldn't. I wouldn't be where I am today if I had to do a 9-to-5. And people do it. Like, it's so impressive when people do it. But we're lucky enough to be funded by the UK National Lottery. British Cycling are incredible with support, and I get my bike looks like a spaceship. Like it's honestly incredible, but I'm given that. Like I'm not paying for equipment, kit. Ali give us kit, and that's incredible. But the system we get funded by, so you have tiers. So you have A, B, C, D, and depending on your, I guess, where you come, there's criteria. So if you win a world championships, you might get A funding. If you a top 8 in a world championships, you get B funding. But when you get onto the program, you get given D funding, and then you can build up your tiers. But it's the exact same for men and women. It's the same for sprint, endurance, para, and I think that's incredible because
it just makes it fair, doesn't it?
Exactly. Exactly. And whether you win in a world championships in a female event or it's the exact same. And I think it should be like that. Yeah,
definitely. I understand why it can't be like that on the road because everybody has different roles, and you know some people might never win a race, but they're like the best domestique or whatever anybody can have. And obviously it is weird how it works on the road, how like you have these teams but only one person can win, but really it is like you can't win without your team. So
and I guess that is very different to track, whereas we're quite an individual. Obviously I have the team sprint, but we're quite an individual sport. So like I guess when you get paid as a team, obviously you're splitting it because everyone, I remember, did Mark Cavendish give everyone like a watch? I think I heard about this once. I think when he won like the points jersey, he like gave his whole team a watch. Maybe this is not true, but like things like that is pretty cool. It is such a team sport, but hopefully the direction of where women is now and where it's going is incredible.
And especially all the kind of the TV coverage and the media coverage
for sure.
At women's racing now, especially like the Tour de France Femme, so it's covered like news articles, TV, social media is everywhere. And I also think women's cycling has grown because of the coverage it's had and the as well as social media as well, being able to follow people's journey on there as well. So following Demi Vollering and seeing what she's getting up to and becoming a fan and getting invested in their life. And I think that really helps as well. And I feel like you say all the time, but you have to be able to see it to be it. And
sure.
Having this coverage, and for young women or girls to see, oh look, that's a women's Tour de France. They're doing that as a job. That's so cool. I want to do that.
Oh, for sure.
I think it's what cycling needs, and it's so special. And I think, it almost makes you emotional seeing how far women's racing has come, and now seeing now that obviously the Tour de France Femmes has just been, and it's one of the best things that's happened to women's cycling.
100%. And do you know what I'd love to see? The
What?
Netflix documentary.
Oh, that'd be so
Tour de
good.
France Femmes.
I feel like it'd be better than the men's, just so much more drama.
I think that needs to happen because it gives such an insight, to, yes, you're racing the race and yes, you're finishing the race, but
There is
so much more happening,
Yeah.
in the buses, the talks, what were people saying, how
The build up to the race.
yeah, and how maybe did Pauline have that plan on that Queen stage before? How do teams work? And I think that would be something really cool for the sport and maybe something in the future. I'd love to see it.
If anybody wants to make that documentary, please do, because we would love to watch it. A reminder that today's show is hosted by Pinarello, and we're lucky enough to be in the Wilmslow store today. And me and Emma actually both love riding our F-Series bikes, don't we, Emma?
We do.
We went on a ride recently together, didn't we?
The cafe ride was really, really fun. And I've actually ridden a lot more on the road since having my new bike. It makes such a difference.
Do you love it?
Yeah, I absolutely love it. The white on the road against the kit is amazing. It's such a dream to ride.
This is your start of you becoming a road rider in the future.
No, guys, don't worry about that. But it does make a huge difference having a nice bike and being able to go out. I think, yeah, it definitely makes it more enjoyable. It definitely makes you want to go out because you have this such a nice bike underneath you. And yeah, I do really enjoy it.
Don't just take our word for it. Head to your local Pinarello retailer and check out the whole range for yourself.
Search Pinarello store locator to find your nearest store. Right, let's move on. So we did a poll on Instagram, basically asking all of our fans for any questions, if you had questions for the pod that we can answer. So I thought let's get in.
Let's do it. I think this is something that we'd like to maybe do in quite a few episodes coming up. So if you do have any questions, please just DM us or leave them on Instagram,
and we'll do
try
our
and
best
answer them.
to answer them.
What's our first question, Emma?
Our first question is, worst day on the bike?
Excluding crashes.
Excluding crashes.
Okay. Worst day on the bike. Okay. Probably crashing is definitely up there, but excluding that. It was probably a training ride I did. It was in Manchester, actually, when I lived here. Ooh. And it was probably really stupid looking back, but I went out and it was pretty much snowing and I got so cold that I cried on the bike. I got home, I couldn't get warm, I cried some more. I rang my mum and I was crying again. It was, you're just so cold that you can't even get in the shower because it'll burn your skin. Yeah. Probably that. And I also had a lot of training sessions, really hard ones towards the kind of the end of my career, where I just get on the bike and I just cry because the sessions were just so hard.
Savage.
Yeah,
I've got a similar one, crying on the bike. So
have a little cry
let
on
me
the
take
bike.
you back. Let's go back. So before the Olympics, we went on a camp in Hieres. I don't know, have you ever been to Hieres? Honestly, stunning. It's like an outdoor velodrome, 250, south of France. Honestly, it was insane. And it was sunny, it was hot. And this was like a pre-Olympic camp, which was just for the girls going, which was really cool. So my coach, Scott, we decided, so he loved to do scenarios because at the games, anything could happen. And he made a scenario where if Emma was ill, what would you, or if Emma, I think he said broke my leg or something. It was quite dramatic. And I wasn't in the team sprint, so I'm out. And there I was thinking, okay, I'm out of this effort, cool. So Laurie, Sophie and Katie had to come up with a team sprint lineup, the quickest they think they can do, and they had to do it in 10 minutes. Scott was you're doing this lineup in 10 minutes.
So you broke your leg 10 minutes before the race?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm out, I'm done.
Yeah.
There I was thinking, okay, I'm watching this team sprint, cool. Scott comes over to me and he's like, so you're not actually ill and you're going to ride this effort? And I was like, what do you mean ride this effort? There's 3 of them. And he was like, yeah, you're going to ride in P4. And I was like, what? So they lined up as a team sprint. If for a team sprint, you're at the pursuit line and you've got 3 riders on the track. I had to go on the fence and I had to start a quarter of a lap, so 60 meters after the girls. And he thought I was going to catch them. So I had to do 3 laps by myself, trying to chase this team sprint. I cried on my bike. No, honestly, it was the most savage thing I've ever had to do. And then afterwards I was like, what was that? And he was like, well, nothing will ever be as hard as that. And I was like, absolutely valid. But oh my God, I remember. Yeah, and Katie came up to me, she was like, you're right. And I was like, no. And she was
I look all right?
Yeah, she was like, you'll be fine. You'll be all right. Because she's really good at just being tough love. She's just right, you're fine. But I just remember just being this is horrific. And to be fair, in a team sprint, if you get dropped, I'd imagine that's what it feels like. And I've never been dropped.
So maybe he wanted to, but honestly, Scott, I remember afterwards, Scott was like, yeah, I'm sorry about it. And he was like, but then at the games, we won. But it was so...
So did you cry before it started?
No.
Or like during
like the last
How
half a lap.
are you crying at like 1,000 watts? Probably more than 1,000 watts.
I don't know, it was just tears streamed down my face.
Just automatically.
Yeah, just down. I just remember being like, oh, it was sad. And then Reese, my analysis, like sent me the video, and it just honestly,
on the bike.
no.
Can you send us that, please?
Yeah, it looks horrific. And he was like, this was a really hard video to film, and I was like, yeah, but
oh God.
Yeah, I'd say that there were so many other times when I like training's really like similar to you, training's really hard. But I just remember that being like, I talk about that story a lot. And Scott he'll never live it down. He's funny though, but
Do you reckon he'll ever make you do that again?
Probably.
That's
Because
savage.
won the Olympics off it. So.
Yeah, it worked.
It did work. Thanks, Scott.
Right, a few more questions. Any suggestions how I should fill my time or days now the Tour de France Femme is over? I'll be honest, the post Tour de France and the Tour de France Femme blues are real. Like I got back and I was a bit sad.
How do you think the riders feel?
Yeah,
They're
true. Yeah, probably like a massive relief, but then like they're kind of in this bubble and it's circus for so long.
Yeah. What can you do?
Removed. I mean, you could listen to this podcast.
Oh,
and our other 2 episodes, and
that's a good one.
Episodes coming up.
That's a good one. What else could you do? What could you fill your time with?
Ride?
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah,
go to the cafe.
Do some bike rides.
Yeah, come and have a look at the Pinarello shop. That's a good way to fill time.
Damn, Anna, you're great at this. Wow. Yeah, it is sad, but it'll be around soon. There's a lot more races. What's the next on the calendar for?
Oh gosh, I can't even
the
think of... No, Gira's been
Vuelta
for the men.
That's soon.
Yeah, that's soon.
There's a few things coming.
Yeah.
It's not over yet. The season's not done.
There's plenty more still to come. Tim Tams or penguins?
Have you ever had a Tim Tam?
Yeah.
Tim Tam.
Yeah, all day.
With a cup of tea? Oh. Matty taught me how to do that. The Tim Tam slam. Where you dunk. Have you never done that?
Wait, hang on.
No.
Wait, no, tell me. I might have done because I love Dunkin' Biscuits.
Where you bite each end.
Oh, and then you suck it.
Up, the tea up, and then it melts in your mouth.
No, I haven't.
You've never done it?
I haven't done the sucking.
Guys, next time, please, can we get Tim Tams to do it? It's elite. But only way you can eat Tim Tams. I've eaten them normally after that, so dry.
They sell Tim Tams in the UK now, don't they?
Rookie era for me. I was in Australia last year, bought like 12 packs. Because I was like, can only get it. Came home, was like, Mum was like, yeah, they're in Tesco. I was like, right. I've literally just bought a kilo back or whatever. I was fuming. Everyone was like, yeah, they're in all the flavours, everything's in Tesco. I was like, oh.
We'll go and get some and do a little challenge.
Yeah, so that was a really long way of answering Tim Tams or penguins.
How do we encourage more women to cycle on a local level?
Ooh.
I think it all comes down to cycling clubs.
Yeah.
I think like making them really accessible, having like starter sessions for people, because I think from the outside cycling clubs can feel quite intimidating. Like you look at them and like when you're not kind of in that bubble, you're like, oh, they all look like they know what they're doing. They've got their lycra. I think it can be quite like intimidating. No,
it's true because they're like a unit.
Yeah.
And you're not in that yet.
Yeah.
But once you get into it, it's so much. You can go group rides. They probably like WhatsApp group where you find out what people are doing or ask a question if you don't know things. And I think, I think that is
having like female only starter sessions.
Yeah,
where people can come and just get a grip. Like you don't have to go on a big ride.
Don't feel judged.
Don't feel judged. I think a nice safe space for women. They can just have a little taster and then get addicted and then go down the real
I think her club is a good start and then go from there. I agree.
Is Emma going to finally announce the fact that she's leading the brand new Watts Occurring cycling team for next year's Tour de France Femme with Manon as DS and G as team manager? I mean, we were going to keep it a secret, but the cat's out of the bag. It's happening.
Sorry, Scott, I'm leaving. Imagine
who else are we having in this cycling
director,
team?
Me riding.
I'd love to be a DS.
You'd be great at DS.
Dishing out the orders on the radio.
Mate, you'd be shouting at me all the time.
Yeah.
Emma,
go on, Emma.
Get up the hill.
Do you want a sticky ball?
Oh, yeah, please. I'll happily do that. Oh my gosh. No. Maybe one day.
Imagine
if someone sponsored that.
After LA.
I'm making all these plans for after LA, aren't I?
Yeah. You got big plans after LA.
Yeah, I think so. Apparently. Apparently I do.
This 3 years is going to fly by, so it's going to happen soon.
It's all happening on the podcast. I've said it now. I've got a question.
Oh, go on.
Thoughts on road cycling not being in the Commonwealth Games?
Oh, I think that's really sad.
Yeah,
I feel like
agree.
the Commonwealth Games has really struggled recently because wasn't it meant to be back in
Australia?
Yeah, Australia, and now it's in Glasgow.
Yeah.
And they've kind of made cuts.
There's only 10 sports.
Really?
Yeah. It's gone from this huge... I say like...
It's like a mini Olympics, wasn't it?
Oh, mate, it's the Commonwealth Games is massive.
Yeah.
Especially for like all the countries that are in it. It's huge.
Yeah.
Like for Wales, for us, it's a massive thing. And for, roads are massive. Like, I'm thankful track's still in.
Yeah.
Because, for them to cut out road is... Yeah, it's sad. And I don't know if it's a funding thing. I don't know if it's... They just can't host it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just... So obviously it takes a lot to put on a road race and close the roads and X, Y and Z. So hopefully, I don't know, where's the next Commonwealth Games after Glasgow? Or do they not think that far ahead?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it'll be back soon because because when I did the Commonwealth Games, I did the road and the track as well. I did get dropped in the road race. Stop talking about that, but it was it was still good. Still good.
Yeah, sad. That's the answer to that. It's pretty sad.
And it's such a good opportunity for like younger athletes to go and experience like a game sort of environment before
that's where I literally found my feet. Was at the Commonwealth Games. Like that was my springboard to the Olympics, and like it's huge, and I think people underestimate that. But
it made Emma who she is today.
Bring back commies. Road race.
Not that I'm going to race it, but
not that I'm riding, but still got track.
So that was our very last question. If anybody does have any more questions that they'd like us to answer, then just drop us a DM or drop them on Instagram and we'll try and answer them next time.
Yeah, really enjoyed that episode. That was really good.
It was a very good one. And I mean, we've got so many more fun episodes coming up, but we do have an episode with Amy Hudson, a very, very inspiring cyclist. So make sure to listen to that one.
I love listening to her story, and I hope the listeners do too, because she's an incredible person, and hearing her stories about what she's recently done riding the Tour de France was insane. So watch this space.
It's going to be a good one. Au revoir.
Au revoir.